Okay, I've set up documentation spreadsheets for everyone. I'll be sharing them with you through Google Docs. I wanted to walk you through some of the things that will be in them. You will only need one documentation spreadsheet for your homeroom. Second and third grade, you can share with your partner that you team with. So within each sheet, and you'll have one sheet per kid, but within each sheet, your blue is going to be your RTI or intervention documentations. You'll have one part for reading, and then if you scroll over, you'll have another part for math. If you keep going, there's an area for parent communication and an area for discipline. So let's start back over with the reading documentation. Okay, for reading documentation, like I said, each one of your kids will have their very own sheet. Put their name at the top. For your code, you have a key over to the side, so pick one. Your skill, these are just some examples. Feel free to add in whatever your child is struggling with. And then the touch point key is over here on the left-hand side as well. When you enter an intervention, you need to have all of these filled in plus the date. When you start typing and you get to the end of the line in that box, it will wrap and make your box bigger, which is going to mess up the spacing in the spreadsheet. So you really need to type in the box, and when you get to the end, hit enter and type to the end and hit enter and type to the end and hit enter so that it doesn't mess up the spacing on your spreadsheet. If this box grows bigger than what it is, every box in that row is going to grow bigger, and so it's going to look a little bit funky. When you come over to the math side, it's going to be the same thing. You've got your code key, you've got your skill examples, you've got your touch points, and you would just add all those in and then add your notes under the big piece. Parent communication, anytime you talk to a parent, make sure you document it. If I get a phone call and they're griping about something, I can look back and see if they've already talked to you about it. That way I know I need to communicate with you before I handle it. Anytime I talk to a parent, I'll document in each child's spreadsheet, kind of just like what you're doing, because all these will be shared with me. Discipline, if it's an ongoing problem, it absolutely needs to be documented, and you've got to make parent contact. By the time I get a write-up, the parent should know that this is a problem. They should know that this has been an ongoing thing because they should have heard from you first. Unless it's just some random big deal that they've never done before, then absolutely send that to the office immediately. On office referrals, those go through Skyward. I do want it documented in the discipline notes, but you don't have to retype everything they did. So just put the date and put office referral. That way we'll know that we need to look in Skyward and pull those office referrals if discipline becomes a problem. One thing that I need for you to do on your sheets, make sure your student name is up at the top. You're going to get a document that just looks like that looks just like this. It's just going to have one sheet. What you're going to do is hit this little down arrow and you're going to duplicate it for each student you have. Then you just double click to rename them. It would be very helpful for everybody involved if you would use first name, last name, just because we don't know all of your kids that you have. So first name and last name would be helpful. So you'll just click and rename it, click and rename it, and just keep duplicating that until you have enough sheets for your entire homeroom. I think that pretty much covers everything. If you have any questions, let me know.